Hello everybody, my name's Liz, I'm the baker that sews. Welcome to my channel if you're new and welcome back if you are a subscriber. As always, it's really lovely to have you here. I'm sharing my dressmaking journey with you and I'm really excited. Hello everybody, my name's Liz, I'm the baker that sews. Welcome to my channel if you're new and welcome back if you are a subscriber. As always, it's really lovely to have you here. So if you are a subscriber, you'll notice that I'm in a different location today. Still in my house, but the light is not brilliant today. So I'm filming this afternoon. It's quite a grey, drizzly day in London, so the light's not brilliant. So where I normally film and in my sewing space, it's just a bit too dark. So I've moved myself to the living room with my lovely Christmas tree. So I'm hoping that the light is a bit better for you today. So today's video is going to be me sharing what my December plans are. So what I'm hoping to get sewn up in the month of December. But before I start with that, I'll let you know what I'm wearing. And I'm wearing quite an old make. So I think I made this about a year ago. And it is a Nina Lee pattern. It's the Camden Pinafore. I'll put better pictures in for you because I know the fabric that I used, it's got quite a dark navy blue background, so it's quite difficult to show up on camera. I'll stand up so you can see what it looks like, but I will put better photos in. I've paired it with the toaster sweater, which is one of the very first jumper patterns that I ever sewed up. And I've worn this so much. It goes with so many things in my wardrobe. I think because it's a plain fabric, so it goes with quite a lot of my patterned things, like this dress. So here is the pinafore. It's quite a classic pinafore. It's got pockets just by the hips. And they're sort of diagonal pockets and you top stitch those in place and they're lined. I've just lined it with some green cotton because the cherries, which I'll move closer in a second and show you, have got pops of green. So I thought the green lining would bring out the pops of colour if you actually saw any of it. It's top stitched so you can't see any of the lining anyway. But yeah, it's got cherries all over it with leaves and stems. This is a very fine needle cord. It's got a V down here and you can just see it's fully lined completely. And then the back, it's got a zip that goes all the way to the top and it is quite fitted, so you can see in the back as well. I absolutely love it. I wear this to work all the time just with a jumper underneath and it is really snuggly and warm, just with some really thick tights on. But like I said, I'll put better pictures in so you can see what it looks like on. So on to what I'm hoping to get sewn up in the month of December. So I've got, like I said, I've got a week left at work and then I've got 2 weeks off for the Christmas break. So in the next week or so, I'm hoping to get a couple of gifts sewn up, which I'll share in a second. And then I've got a couple of things that I'd like to make for myself. So I'll start, I think, with the gifts and I'm really excited about making these. And I shared these patterns in my December fabric haul and pattern haul video, which I published a week ago. So the first thing that I'm going to get sewn up in the month of December is a gift, and I'm going to be making 2 of these, and I'll share. I haven't got the fabric for the first version because I ordered it and it's not arrived yet, but hopefully it'll arrive in the next few days. But I have got the fabric for the second version. And what I'm hoping to get made up is the Poppy and Jazz Walnut Duffel Coat. So I'm going to be making 2 of these, one for a friend who's got a little boy and one for my nephew who is 3. Both of the boys are 3, which makes it easy for when I'm tracing out the pattern. So it's a standard duffel coat and it's got the toggles on the front. It's fully lined, so I have got some lining fabric which I'm going to share with you in a second. It is one of the new patterns by Poppy and Jazz and it comes in ages 18 to 24 months up to 6 years. It's a really cute duffel coat. These are the line drawings, so you can see. So it's quite a straightforward duffel coat. It's got a hood and the hood I think is sewn in 2 pieces, as you can see. It's fully lined and then you've got the 3 toggles down the front. You can also put pockets on the front, which I'll definitely be doing for both versions that I make. So the first version, the fabric hasn't arrived yet, but I can show you the colour that I'm going to be using. This is just a double gauze, scrap piece of double gauze, but it is exactly the colour that I'm going to be using. And it is a red, postbox red, I think it's called, wool. And I've ordered the fabric from Like So Amazing, so hopefully it'll arrive in the next few days. And then the lining fabric, I've got 2 options. The first one in the red fabric is going to be for my nephew and my sister, my twin sister Gemma, she is like the polar opposite to me. I love bright colours, I love things that are really fun and funky, and she would not go for anything like that at all. So I've had to think really carefully about one, what colour fabric to have as the outer for the duffel coat, but also think really carefully about the lining, because anything that is bright or too fun or too funky, I know that she just wouldn't put my nephew in it. So I've got two fairly plain-ish, quite safe fabrics to choose from for the lining. The first one, I've had it in my stash for years and I can't remember where I got it from. And it's sort of a beige colour. It's just a cotton lawn, so it's quite silky and soft. And it's got trees and horses all over it. So I think it's quite a safe fabric for the inside. She's chosen red wool as the outside colour for my nephew's coat. And I think that would go quite nicely actually with the red. So yeah, that's the first option for the lining. And then the second option is a viscose. Again, I can't remember where I got this from, but I've had this for a while. And it's sort of a burnt orange, almost terracotta colour. And it's got a pattern all over it. I'll bring it closer so you can see. But it's got that pattern all over it. And again, I think that would go with the red. And it's quite a safe lining. You won't get to see the lining very much from the coat anyway, but I know that if I chose anything too bright, she wouldn't put my nephew in the coat. And then the second duffel coat that I'm going to be making, I love the lining fabric. I also love the outer fabric, and I got this wool from Sew Over It, and it matches the colour of the duffel coat on the front of here. So it's just a green. You're not going to be able to see that very well. I will insert photos from their website just so you can see. But it's a green wool. It's quite a thin wool actually, which would be perfect for a child's duffel coat because I wouldn't want it to be too thick. It has got a nice bit of movement actually. No stretch to the wool whatsoever, which is great. It doesn't call for stretch. And I got 1.5 meters because that's how much it recommends that you need. And then the lining fabric is this cotton and steel fabric. I can't remember, I think I got this from Like So Amazing. Again, a couple of years ago, but I just love how fun that is. There's like some bright pops of colour in there, and I think that matches really well to the green wool, and I think it'll be a really nice lining, like when the coat flaps open or you see a bit of the hood. I think it'll be a really fun lining to be able to see, and again I think it goes really nicely with that green fabric. I've had lots of fun choosing the lining because the fabric for the outside is quite plain. I've had lots and lots of fun choosing for this coat anyway, not for the coat for my nephew because I know my sister wouldn't go for it. But I've had fun choosing a really fun lining for this one, and I know that our friend would definitely put her little boy in a coat that's got that really fun lining. I don't think my sister would go for this lining either actually. Yeah, we have very different tastes. So I'm really excited to try that pattern. And I'm really excited to get it sewn up, and it'll be really fun to be able to gift those two coats for Christmas. It doesn't say how long it takes. The construction looks quite straightforward. The only thing that I haven't got at the moment is I keep saying toggles. I don't know if that's what they're called, but I haven't got the fastenings because I'm not quite sure where to get it from. I did see Like So Amazing have got some red toggles on their website. So I might buy them from there, but if anyone's got any recommendations or suggestions on where to get that from, because I think Poppy and Jazz recommend that you buy the coat toggles separately, but then you also need to buy some cord, cotton or polyester cord, and then what they tell you to do is I think you fold the cord over. So yeah, it tells you to cut 6 20cm sections of cording and thread 3 of these through the toggles, can't speak, like that. And then you use the pattern markings to guide and align the loop of the cord with the edge of the coat. And then you stitch it in place. And I just worry, if I was going to buy the cord, I just worry that it would fray. I want to buy proper cord and proper toggles that are specifically for making a duffel coat. I don't know if that makes sense at all, but I'm looking at the moment for where to buy a set of toggles that come with the cord so I can make sure that I definitely get the right one. I just want to make sure that I'm making something that will be robust for a toddler and that will last, like a year or so. and actually something that could be then gifted on, you know, if they've got another child or if they've got a friend that's got a child. I'd like to think that I'm going to make 2 lovely coats that can be re-gifted and last a really long time. So I just want to make sure I get this aspect of the coat absolutely perfect. So if anyone's got any suggestions on where to look, please do let me know in the comments below. So that's my first, I guess my first 2 projects that I'm definitely going to get sewn up. I have to because they're gifts, so nothing like pressure. But I think they'll be a really fun project to get sewn up. So then the next 2 projects that I will, again, definitely be getting sewn up because they're going to be gifts. It's sticking with the same theme, so it's a children's pattern, and I did share this pattern in my December fabric haul and pattern haul vlog, but it is the, again, new pattern from Poppy and Jazz, the pomegranate pajamas, which is a traditional pajama pattern, and I just think this would be really cute to get sewn up for a child. I'm going to be making age 3 for my nephew, but also for our friend, and I've got several options of fabric. Again, what the pair for my nephew, I've had to think really carefully about what fabric would my sister put my nephew in. Our friend, I think she would go for slightly more fun prints, and I've had a look in my stash because I have got quite a few fabrics in my stash that I think would be suitable. So it's a traditional pajama. I'm going to show you the line drawings. It comes in the same age range, so 18 months to 6 years, and this is what the line drawings look like. So it's an elasticated pajama bottom, and then this gorgeous, really cute little pajama top, which has got buttons, so it's button down, patch pocket, long sleeves, and then it's got this gorgeous collar detail. So a really traditional, cute pair of pajamas, and I'm really excited to get them sewn up. So that's the Poppy and Jazz pomegranate pajamas. And the fabrics that I'm looking for, so I'll start with the fabrics for my nephew. So I've got this gingham navy. It's probably not going to come up as the right colour, it's going to come up quite dark, but it's a navy gingham cotton fabric, which I think is quite a safe fabric for my nephew, and my sister would definitely put him in that. And I've got plenty of that fabric, so I think that would look really cute. And I thought perhaps I could play around with the gingham and maybe put the pocket on diagonal. I'll have a little play around with that. So that's the first option for my nephew. And then the second option for my nephew is a double gauze fabric. Now, I didn't say actually what the fabric recommendations are for the pomegranate pajamas. Let me go to the back and tell you. So it recommends light to medium weight woven fabrics like viscose, cotton lawn, cotton poplin, or quilting cottons. So it doesn't actually recommend a double gauze, but I have emailed Sew Over It just to see if they think a double gauze would work. It is a cotton double gauze. The only thing is it's got a little bit of movement. It's quite bouncy. And this is a fabric I bought for myself, but if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I've decided that double gauze is just a fabric that I don't enjoy sewing with for myself and wearing. So I think it's the perfect opportunity to turn this into something for somebody else. And I think double gauze is quite breathable, so I think it would be quite nice for a child's pajamas. So this is just a navy colourway, and then it's got these gold flecks all over it. So that's the second option for pajamas for my nephew, because that's quite safe as well. I probably, to be honest, will end up using this because I know that she'll definitely put him in those pajamas. But I do like the idea of him wearing some sparkly pajamas, especially around Christmas. And then the other 2 options I've got are for our friend, and I do think that she would choose either of these fabrics. So the first one is a fabric I shared ages and ages and ages ago, and it's a viscose from Semi Sunshine. And it's this beautiful pale blue animal print viscose, and I think that would make a really cute pajama. I think that would make a really cute pair of pajamas. It's got loads of drape to it, really lovely and soft fabric. So that's the first option. And then the second option is another double gauze. So I am interested to hear whether double gauze would work for those pajamas. It is white, that's my only reservation for a child. But for pajamas, I think white might be okay. I don't know. We'll see. This is like a sprinkle fabric, and I think I got this from like So Amazing. So it's a white double gauze, and then it's got this sprinkle fabric. It's got this sprinkle pattern all over it, which is quite cute, and I like the pops of colour from the sprinkle detail too. So those are a couple of options for the pomegranate pajamas. I'll definitely use 2 of them. For my friend, I'm erring more towards this fabric. And then for my nephew, I'm erring more towards this fabric. This would be really fun though. We'll see. I'll let you know, and I'll update if so over it get back to me about whether double gauze is suitable. So another project that I'll definitely get sewn up in December because it's going to be gifted as a present, and that is the pomegranate pajamas. I'll just go back to the Duffel Coat and just let you know what their fabric recommendations are. Fabric recommendations for the Walnut Duffel Coat: Melton, boiled wool, waxed canvas or waterproof coat fabric. And you do need lining for the version, like a cotton lawn, acetate, polyester or pre-quilted lining. And for version 2, medium to heavyweight wovens like a duffel, Melton or boiled wool. I didn't realise there was 2 versions because they both look quite similar. Oh, I think the difference between the 2 is one is lined and one is not. So I am definitely going to line both of them. So I'm looking forward to getting that one sewn up too. I think that will be a really fun project alongside the pyjamas. And I do find sewing children's patterns slightly quicker than sewing an adult pattern. So I should definitely get all of those things sewn up. And then the other things are thrown in there just for some nice things for myself if I get the time. And the first pattern that I'm hoping to get sewn up for myself is a pattern that I've sewn in woven, but I haven't yet sewn in jersey. And I'm really excited about trying it in jersey because I think it'll be like secret pyjamas. So it is the Tilly and the Buttons Lotta dress. So it can be sewn in woven fabrics or jersey fabrics. And if you're going to sew in a jersey fabric, then it says to try single knit drapey jersey, stretch velvet or lightweight French terry, not French cherry. So this is a cotton jersey. I'm hoping to get I'll show you the fabric in a second, but the Lotta dress sewn up. And I think because I'm going to do it in jersey, I'm going to do the knee length version rather than the midi. So these are the line drawings. So you can do midi skirt or you can do knee length skirt. And they've all got this waist channel, which is elastic. You can add on the bracelet sleeves. I'll probably do the grown on sleeve. And I don't think I'll add the patch pockets because of the fabric that I'm going to be using. I can't remember where I got this fabric from, but I'll go back through my emails and just double check where I got it from. And then I'll put a little card in that tells you where I got it from. But it's this beautiful cotton jersey. So it has got a bit of drape actually. So I think it would be okay for the Lotta. It's quite bouncy. And it's this gorgeous green dotty fabric. And I've had this for a couple of months. It was actually Tamlin from Sewn on the Tyne who sent me a message on Instagram to say, have I seen this? And I snapped it up because green's my favourite colour. And I would love to wear this to work. I think it'd be really comfortable. So I'm hoping that I'll get a chance to get this sewn up because the Lotta is actually quite a straightforward pattern. There's no fiddly fastenings or anything like that. The only thing that's a bit fiddly, and actually I won't have to do it with this, is the facing. But for the jersey, it's got a little neckband that you fold and then attach like that. So it still shouldn't take a huge amount of time. It's a pattern that I've sewn up loads and loads before. And the Tilly and the Buttons Lotta does come in their extended size range. So Tilly and the Buttons size is 1 to 10, which is a UK 6 to a UK 24. If you're going to do it in a woven, it recommends drapey fabrics like a chambray, viscose, rayon, tencel, double gauze, brushed cotton or crepe. And then the short sleeve version can also be made in less drapey fabrics like a linen, cotton lawn and seersucker. And then it just recommends, if you're more experienced, then try a single knit drapey jersey, stretch velvet or lightweight French terry. So I do think this fabric would be fine for the Lotta. So that is the first thing that I'd like to get sewn up for myself. It'd be really nice to use that fabric. I just love that colour. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And then the next thing that I'd like to get sewn up for me, which again is jersey, I don't think this will take a huge amount of time because I could get it sewn up on my overlocker. It'll just be the neckband again that I'll need to top stitch. And it is 2 of the Tilly and the Buttons Billie sweatshirt. So I'm not going to do the dress version. I'm going to do the sweatshirt version instead with the amazing balloon sleeve. Do they call them balloon sleeves? Yeah. So I'm going to be doing version 2, which is a sweatshirt with the balloon sleeves. So this pattern comes in sizes, again, the extended range. So UK 6 to UK 24. You can do a dress version, which has these pockets. Where is it there? Or you can do the sweatshirt version with the balloon sleeves or just the straightforward sleeves. And then the dress, you can do straightforward sleeves or balloon sleeves. So I have made the sweatshirt dress with the balloon sleeves before. I've made 2 of those and it's so comfortable. But I'd like to try and make 2 just of the sweatshirt. And the fabric that I'm going to use, again, I shared this in my fabric haul for December, are 2 fabrics that I've got from Felicity Fabrics. And the first one is this floral jersey, the cotton jersey. Again, I love all of those colours. I think that will make a really fun sweatshirt just to go with jeans or trousers or culottes. So I'm really excited to get that one sewn up. And it's a cotton jersey, so it's got quite a lot of drape. And it'll be really comfortable and breathable as well because of the cotton. And then the second fabric is this amazing neonish, like it's almost neon, aqua leopard print. And again, it's a cotton jersey that I got from Felicity Fabrics. So it's got a nice amount of drape. I love the pops of colour. I love leopard print too. I have got quite a lot of leopard print in my wardrobe. And I just love that. I love like the pop of yellow and the pop of pink and blue, and I just think that would make a really comfortable sweatshirt. And the pattern, because it's got the balloon sleeves like you can see on the model, I just think it adds another nice detail to what would ordinarily be just quite a plain, well not plain with these fabrics, but just a standard jumper. It's nice to have. I'm really loving statement sleeves at the moment, so it'd be nice to have a couple of cozy sweatshirts in my winter wardrobe. So hopefully I'll get those sewn up too, because they should be quite straightforward. Probably about an hour to sew up. So I'm excited about that. And then the next thing that I'd like to get sewn up, this might be a little bit ambitious, but we'll see. I am hoping to get sewn up. It's a new pattern to me. Well, it's a fairly new pattern actually from Sew Over It. And it is this pattern. It's called the Luna Pajamas. And there's Lisa modelling it. So it's a wrap pyjama top and then just a standard pyjama bottom. So it comes in sizes 6 to 30. Fabric recommendations: light to medium weight woven fabrics with drape, like a rayon, a viscose, cotton lawn, cotton voile, double gauze and linen. You also need 1.5 meters of bias seam tape interfacing and 1.2 meters of 2 centimeter elastic. These are the line drawings. So it's a wrap pyjama top. And then you've got this fastening across here, so it almost creates like a peplum, and then just a standard pyjama bottom, and then the pyjama bottom has got an elasticated waist at the top. I've got a couple of fabrics that I'm hoping to use. I'm not going to sew up 2 pairs, I'm just going to sew up 1 pair. The sizes 6 to 30, so a bust size, so the sizes for a size 6, bust measurement 31 inches, waist measurement 24 inches and hip measurement 34 inches. And the finished garment measurements: bust 37 inches, waist 35.5 and hips 38 inch. And then for the size 30, bust measurement 57 inches, waist 50 inches and hip 60 inches. So it's really great to have a pattern that's got quite a large size range. The 2 fabrics I've got, they're both quite similar actually in terms of them being green, and they've got leaves all over them. But the first one is a cotton lawn that I got from Sister Mintaka, and I shared this ages and ages and ages ago. But it's this. I'm just going to fold it over again just so that you can see the pattern. It's got these amazing leaves. I think they're called monstera leaves all over it. Absolutely gorgeous. In my favourite colour, which is green. And I think they would be a really comfortable pair of pyjamas because they're a cotton lawn. They're really quite soft and they feel quite silky as well. So that could work for the pyjamas. And then the other fabric that I've got is a sateen fabric that I got from Sew Me Sunshine. And I bought this with a pair of pyjamas in mind. I just haven't got round to sewing it up. And again, it's got these gorgeous leaves all over it. I absolutely love that. Because it's a sateen, it's got quite a nice feel to it. It's a real nice soft sheen. This one's quite lightweight in comparison to the cotton lawn, so it does feel a bit thinner. You can just see the Christmas lights through there. So that might be better more for a spring pyjama. It gets quite warm in our flat anyway, but I'm more tempted to use this fabric and then save that for more of a spring pyjama. But either way, one of these is going to get turned into the Luna Pajamas by Sew Over It. I think it'll be a really comfortable pyjama. The only thing I'm hesitant about is the fact that it's got a tie here. I'm not sure how comfortable that's going to be when I'm lay down in bed, but we'll see. Hopefully with quite a thin fabric, that tie detail won't feel too uncomfortable when I'm laid down. So the next two projects, I know I definitely will not get them sewn up in December, but I am going to get them cut out so that I can have them ready for January. And the first one is a raincoat. So I shared this fabric in one of my fabric hauls. It's a raincoat fabric that I got from Fabric Godmother. It's going to be really difficult to show, but it's this clear fabric that's got all these amazing rainbows with raindrops on. I asked in the video whether people thought that I should keep it clear like this so that when I wear it you can see what I'm wearing underneath, or whether I should line it. And a lot of people commented saying that they would recommend that I line it, because without lining it you're not going to get to see that amazing rainbow effect. So I've just bought some cotton lawn from Semi Sunshine, just plain white cotton lawn. And I'm going to hold it up against the fabric so you can see what it looks like, because I have gone with the option to line it, because I think you're right. It would be such a shame to lose that fun rainbow print fabric and that rainbow print effect. So this is what it'll look like with the lining, and I think it's great because you can really see the rainbows, and I think that'd be a really fun raincoat to wear out and about. I think it'd be a really great raincoat because you get to see the pop of the colour and the fun print from the rainbows and the raindrops. So the pattern that I'm going to be using to sew up this raincoat is a pattern that I've used before. It's a fantastic pattern, I absolutely love it. It's called the Truffle Coat by Lotta, and I'll link her details down below to the website where you can find the pattern. I'll also insert pictures of what it looks like, because I don't have the printout of the pattern at the moment. It's a pattern I've used before. I made myself and my girls matching raincoats. Again, I'll put images in of what we look like. And I'll put all the details down below to the sizes, fabric recommendations and so on, because I don't have that to hand at the moment, which I know is terrible. I should have it to hand. But I am really excited about getting this cut out and ready to start sewing in January. I think because of the thinness of the raincoat fabric and the cotton lawn, I think it's probably a raincoat that will be better suited to the spring weather rather than in winter, because it won't keep me warm at all. So I think this will be a project that I'm going to enjoy sewing over sort of a slower pace, because what I'd also like to do, I think, is bind some of the seams with some neon bias binding. My daughter's got a raincoat similar, which we got from Marks and Spencer's, which has got flower detail all over it, and the seams are bound with neon. Although you line it so you won't see the neon, but you will still see the neon on the inside. So that might actually add just a pop of colour. But I'm really looking forward to getting that cut out. So it's not something that I'll get sewn up in December, but I could get that cut out whilst I'm watching a film with my girls and my husband over Christmas. And then the other thing that I would really like to start getting cut out is some wool Jennifer Lauren handmade bastion culottes. And I've made this pattern loads. It's a pattern that I absolutely love. I'm going to be using it to make this version, so the knee length version. So the bastion culottes by Jennifer Lauren Handmade are a really full pair of culottes with really deep pockets. They've got this lovely button down detail on the pockets. You can see it better on that blue version. It's a pattern I've made loads of versions before. I'll just show you the line drawings. That's what they look like. It's got a really clever detail where you add the buttons onto the pocket and the waistband, and that's how you get them on and off. And they're really voluminous, which I absolutely adore. This pattern comes in sizes 6 to 24. So waist measurement for a 6 is 24 inches and hips 35 inches. And then for a size 24, they're 42-inch waist and 53-inch hips. Suggested fabrics, they're suitable for a wide range of light to mid-weight woven fabrics with some drape. So for the summer, choose cotton lawn, voile and poplin to linen and chambray. And then for winter, choose a mid-weight denim, pinwell, baby cord, flannel, wool and wool blends. And I have got this beautiful wool fabric that I got from Rainbow Fabrics. Just love it. It's like a tartan effect wool. It's quite a thin wool. I'm going to hold it up for you so that you can see. There's a little bit of movement to it. But I've wanted some wool to make some wool culottes for ages, and I saw this on their website and I had to buy some. So I think I bought 3 meters of this fabric, so that's plenty to make the culottes. I love the colour. So it's like a blue. It's similar actually to the fabric that I used for my coatigan. So Fabric Godmother, I've got a stretch wool that I bought from them to make a coatigan. I'll put pictures in of what that looks like. So it is quite similar. It's got a sort of a navy blue background. And then the tartan effect is red, yellow and green. And I think that will just make a gorgeous pair of culottes. And actually I'll be able to pair it with my toaster sweater. I think that would just look really pretty as a pair of culottes. It would look really pretty as a skirt as well actually, but I don't enjoy wearing skirts. It's not something that, I've made a couple, but it's not something that I enjoy wearing. And I think because a skirt tends to sit across your tummy, and I tend to get quite a lot of bloating throughout the day, and anything that sits on my tummy for too long feels really uncomfortable. So I think that's why I don't really enjoy wearing skirts. They're just not part of my wardrobe really. It's not something that I go to grab time and time again. But these, I'm not going to get them sewn up in December because I won't have time, but I'll definitely get them cut out ready to go in January, because I'd love to make these before the winter ends, because I think they'll be really cozy, paired with a chunky jumper and then some thick woolly tights as well. I think they'll be a really great winter addition. I think they'll be a really great addition to my winter wardrobe. So quite a mixed bag of plans for December, quite a few gifts that I'm hoping to get sewn up, or I will get sewn up. I keep saying hoping, I have to get them sewn up because they're gifts. I will get them sewn up. And then a few things for myself. I have struggled recently with a lack of sojo. I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I am struggling to get motivated to sew. So I haven't done any sewing for a couple of weeks, which is unusual for me. But I'm hoping once the school term ends, I will feel a bit more refreshed. Maybe I can rest a little bit and then hopefully get stuck into some sewing. The other thing that I'm hoping to do over the Christmas period is teach myself or begin to learn how to knit. So I asked over on Instagram and I got loads of information from various different people. I think what I'm planning to do is film a vlog. Let me know in the comments if you'd find that interesting. Just with a roundup of all the different tips I was given, different books, different blogs to look at, recommendations for starter equipment for teaching yourself to knit. And also there was a lovely lady, Janet, who emailed me and messaged me separately to say that she works in a wool shop and would I like her help putting some stuff together. So thank you so much, Janet. It's been really exciting knowing that somebody that knows what they're talking about is putting together a starter pack for me. So let me know down below if you would find that helpful, if I filmed a vlog of how to get yourself started with knitting. And I will, throughout my sewing vlogs, be talking about my progress. I am expecting it to take me a while to learn. I tried to learn crochet a few years ago and failed miserably, but I am hoping that if I, take it slowly and don't put any pressure on myself to have any sort of goals with knitting, but just to learn to knit, that hopefully is a hobby that I can have alongside my sewing hobby. Because I'd really like to have something that I could do in the evenings when I'm too tired to sew, but I don't want to sit there, scrolling through my phone or whatever it is. I want to still be creative, but perhaps sat down being creative. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you think you'd find if you would find that kind of vlog useful, and I will get on it once my starter pack arrives. Although my starter pack is going to be a Christmas present of my husband, but I'm sure he'll let me have it before Christmas. Thank you as always for watching. I hope whatever you're doing, you are happy and you're keeping safe and well, and I'll be back soon with another video. Oh, also to say, if you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please do consider hitting that subscribe button and then click on the bell notification, because then you'll get told when my next video comes out. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.